Hello everyone and welcome to another video. For those of you who are new here, my name is Dave Richardson. I am a musician. I play many different instruments. I have studied music at both college and university. And one of my favorite things to do is just geek out on music. Watch videos about music, listen to music, learn how to play music, read about music, whatever it may be. And of course, when it's not the year 2020 or the year 2021, go to festivals, go to concerts as well. So what I thought would be fun to do today is make an unpopular opinions video. I've seen these floating around the internet a little bit and I always find them really entertaining. Of course, you don't have to agree with anything that I say in this video. That's why it's an unpopular opinions video, but please do drop a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are on what I'm going to discuss. I always love talking with other people about music and finding out what other people are into, and let's face it, us music lovers, particularly that of the pop punk, punk rock, but also metalcore, heavy metal, just modern rock and all those subgenres in general, we're actually a bit of a rare breed. So let's get into this. And of course, if you like all the music stuff and you like my drum covers and my chats about music, please do hit the subscribe button, as well as the most helpful thing you can do for the channel. Opinion number one, Blink-182 or Green Day? Now, for the past, 25 years, there's been an ongoing debate between punk rock and punk lovers, and lovers of both Blink-182 and Green Day of who is the better band. I don't think either band is necessarily better, but my favorite would definitely have to be, drum roll please, Blink-182, okay? Right, that's not so much an unpopular opinion. I would say it's probably 50-50. I've met so many people who prefer Blink-182. I've met so many people who prefer Green Day. But here's where it becomes really unpopular, okay? Blink-182, my favorite. Sum 41, and then Green Day. I love Sum 41. I've seen Sum 41 2 or 3 times, and I've seen Blink-182 maybe 5 times, I think. I've only seen Green Day once. It was a really good show though. It was Reading 2004, I believe, which was a really incredible show. But it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. I'm gonna apologize for this one. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but Blink-182, Sum 41, nervous to say this, Nickelback, and then Green Day. I am probably going to get so many hate comments for that because Nickelback aren't even punk rock or pop punk, but they are my guilty pleasure. Let's just call it that. They're my guilty pleasure. But speaking of Nickelback, this is unpopular opinion number 2. If I hear the songs Rockstar or Far Away ever again, or if I hear them in general, I have to cover my ears. Also, How You Remind Me. When I hear that song, if I'm around a friend's house, I ask them to change it. If it comes on the TV, I'll change the channel. If it comes up on shuffle, like when I'm on Spotify or YouTube, I will change those 3 songs. I cannot bear them. I spent all of the year like 2002 having to listen to How You Remind Me, and then 2006, 2007 had to listen to Rockstar. Whether I went to the mall, to the cinema, to the supermarket, to a public toilet, everywhere I went, when I turned on the radio, everywhere I went, I would hear Rockstar by Nickelback. I cannot bear that song. I actually only like the Nickelback songs, which are a little bit heavier. I understand it. They have a really good thing going for them. They've kind of got the butt rock and the radio rock market cornered. They've done an amazing job on writing radio-friendly hits like Someday and Far Away, and I guess How You Remind Me, and what's the other one? Photograph. I prefer their heavier stuff. When they're not doing the radio rock songs, they're actually really catering to everyone else pretty well. So they do the radio rock songs for the mainstream audience and maybe the ladies in the crowd. And then they've got other bangers like The Betrayal, which is a really good song. And also This Is War, those kind of songs. They've got something for everyone. You go to a Nickelback concert, you've got the ballads for people to sing along to, and then for all of the other, the guys who are in the military or who are the policemen, whoever listen to Nickelback, they've got their kind of songs as well. Major example of this actually is that Nickelback provided the theme song for WWE for years and years and years on end. And when they were interviewing with Chris Jericho on his podcast, he actually mentioned that. He was like, every night he would hear Burn It to the Ground all the time. Unpopular opinion number 3. Everything started going downhill for Bring Me the Horizon after 2013, I would say. I love the song Shadow Moses off the Sempiternal album, and I like a couple of the other songs as well. I like Can You Feel My Heart and the other one, Sleepwalking, but they also sound pretty darn similar. Has anyone else noticed that? Again, this is just my opinion. I really wish they'd stuck to the heavy stuff. I remember when I was driving back from work one day, I switch on the radio and I hear Follow You by Bring Me the Horizon, and I thought, oh, never heard this band before. This sounds like a new indie rock band or something like that. And it turns out to be Bring Me the Horizon. I was like, oh, okay. And then the newer albums, the new music, I can't get on board with it whatsoever. I understand though, they're now playing like huge festivals. They're headlining like Reading Festival and Finsbury Park Festival, that kind of stuff. So they're doing really well. They're doing amazingly for themselves. They're appealing to a wider audience because of it, and they've probably gotten some newer fans. But my favorite album was definitely There Is a Hell. That was just such a good album. I actually saw Bring Me the Horizon way back in 2006 when they were playing Guildfest, which was a small local festival in my hometown Guildford. They were actually playing the Rock Sound sponsored tent there, and it was an amazing performance. Back when they were doing the deathcore stuff, those kind of riffs. I really enjoyed that. I quite like that 2008 era. That was pretty good. But my favorite era was definitely the 2009 until 2012. And then 2013 was really good. I really did like the Sempiternal album. It was really good. Couldn't really get into anything after that. Happy Song was okay. Throne was a pretty good song. These are good rock bangers, but they just weren't what I signed up for. But then again, if I want to listen to the metalcore stuff, there's plenty of other albums and plenty of other bands that I can listen to. However, that brings me on to my next unpopular opinion. I really don't like the change in sound of all of the metalcore bands. Crown the Empire, they're one of the prime examples of this. Nice kind of heavy-ish metalcore band with the clean vocals and the breakdowns. Their new album just felt, again, like straight up butt rock. It sounded like I was listening to some combination of Linkin Park and Five Finger Death Punch. This is starting to turn into a bit of like a rant video, isn't it? It's just me ranting now, isn't it? Secrets as well, the band Secrets, good band. The only band I can say, this is one of my all-time favorite bands actually. I've got a tattoo here. I've got other tattoos inspired by their songs here, and that is Amity Affliction. They're one of those bands who've sort of done this. They've gradually changed their sound, but not to the point where it's gone from like metalcore and then a few years later gone to straight radio rock. They've done some more poppier, upbeat, radio rocky, sort of A Day to Remember songs as well. Gone a bit more generic. They've never changed that much where it's ever been that different. And actually, if you listen to interviews with Aaron and Joel, I've heard interviews with them where it's pretty hilarious because they'll answer the question. People ask them, hey, why have you changed their sound? And they'll say, well, actually, if you listen to the music, we haven't actually changed that much. Some songs are slightly different. Maybe we've added more synths. Maybe we've taken one guitar part out. Maybe we've done less riff, more breakdown, less breakdown, more clean vocals. But the whole sound has remained pretty consistent, and I really love that about them. But again, Architects, another British band, known about them since about, I think, 2008, since the MySpace days. I'm 30, I don't look it, but I'm 30, I'm actually pretty old. Bit of a boomer, and yeah, again, not so much into their new stuff. It's sort of that generic Volumes of Mice and Men. Again, of Mice and Men used to be one of my favorite bands. Yeah, I don't like it. I would really like if we could bring back like a 2011 deathcore, metalcore, like scene band. That would just be amazing. I still sometimes listen to Asking Alexandria. They're certainly not one of my favorite bands, but I listen to the Stand Up and Scream album just for fun, just for enjoyment. I would call them a guilty pleasure as well. I never really was that into them. I thought they were actually a little bit cringe, to be honest. That's an unpopular opinion right there. But yeah, I like that. I like that era with the synths. Attack, Asking Alexandria, also Enter Shikari, sort of. That would be amazing if there could be ever a resurgence of that. Awesome, guys. Well, I guess that's enough from me. Let me know what you think, of course. I think that was a long enough rant, a long enough unpopular opinions video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a bit of fun making it. It was pretty fun to get these things off my chest, and like I said, I love talking about music. So if you like this kind of stuff, let me know. Drop it down there if you want to hear more about this kind of stuff. And of course, hit the subscribe button. That'd be legendary. Thank you so much, guys.